Hey everybody, it's John with Washington ATV. We're in central Utah, going to ride some Paiute Trail system today. We're going to leave out of Richfield, which is where we are now, and we're going to be traveling northwest through the Paiute mountain range to Fillmore. Let's hit the trail.
Now, if you're not familiar with the Paiute ATV Trail, at its heart, it's a loop that's just under 300 miles. It traverses the Monroe, Toucher, and Paiute mountain ranges, with elevation changes from 5,000 feet to just under 12,000 feet. Located about 2.5 hours south of Salt Lake City in south central Utah, the Paiute ATV Trail system has over 800 miles of marked side trails and an estimated 2,000 miles of side forest roads and trails that are open to ATVs. This makes the Paiute ATV Trail system the largest in the country. On our first day of riding, we started in the town of Richfield and rode up across the Paiute Mountains, reaching an elevation well over 10,000 feet. One of the first things you notice is how much the temperature can change in just a few miles of riding. Down at Richfield it was warm and we were thinking short sleeves. But as we quickly gained some elevation, we were grabbing our long sleeves and light jackets as the temperature began to drop. Our first day of riding was basically a large loop. We took the 04 out of Richfield, connected with the 01 and headed north, and then headed toward the town of Fillmore on the 03. Before reaching Fillmore, we connected a series of trails to reach Chalk Creek.
All right, so we're on Paiute Side Trail number 7, and we followed some signs to Chalk Creek Hieroglyphics. Here they are. We got some cupped hands and some skulls and some parallel lines. A lot of history out here on the trails. You just have to go find it.
The hieroglyphics were found in 1939 by Clifford Purcell and Rube Melville when they were hiking up Chalk Creek Canyon, searching for evidence of copper, silver, and iron ore. While no one knows for sure, there are various theories about the origins of the hieroglyphs, ranging from Aztec refugees to Mayan waypoints. They're located at the western end of Trail 07 and totally worth checking out. And from here we made our way up Trail 07, which is a 50-inch trail, to Copley's Cove. So this is probably a good time to mention that there are basically 2 different width restrictions on the trails. And while a large portion of the Paiute trail system can be driven in Jeeps, small trucks, and full-size vehicles, there are also 60-inch and 50-inch width restricted trails. Now, in our opinion, some of the best trails are the 50-inch trails. Sure, you can have a great time out on a side-by-side or even a Jeep or small truck, but you'll miss out on some of the more challenging and entertaining trails that only 50-inch machines are allowed on. So if you're on a quad 50 inches or less, you're in for a treat. The 07 trail crisscrosses the South Fork of Chalk Creek at least a dozen times, making this one of our favorite trails of the trip. And then leaving Copley's Cove, we circled back to the 01 on the Trail 03. Here you climb up through a series of canyons where you see red rock formations and some amazing views of the valley below. You gotta check out day 2 of our epic 5-part series as we head up into the Monroe Mountains. And for the remainder of the week, we camp along the trail. It's going to be a grand adventure.